It's the radio guy, Mike Prince. Welcome to another episode of the Mike Prince Show. It is our mission to try to bring you some news that you could use. Today is no exception to the rule. Follow me on Twitter at the Mike Prince Show. Subscribe to the YouTube channel at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. And don't forget you can visit the website at obnradio.com. And without any further delay, we are going to jump right into today's episode. What a week it has been on the hill at Prairie View. Panthers recovering from their collapse against the Southern Jaguars. We spoke with head football coach Bubba McDowell, spoke with offensive coordinator Mark Frederick and defensive coordinator Todd Middleton to kind of wade through the water to see where the Panthers will be headed as they get ready to take on Lamar next week. Now, we talked about the Lamar game, and it could be a trap game. We'll kind of get into that later on next week because Lamar right now is 0-6. They're down, and then the Panthers are going to be playing Bethune-Cookman shortly after that. So you don't want to get past Lamar to stumble against Bethune. So hopefully they'll stay focused and ready. And then after that would be a big game against Alcorn on a Friday night. So the Panthers are reloading, getting ready for things to come. And speaking of things to come, we launched off on Thursday. The SWAC Zone had a very dynamic conversation with Carlos James, who serves as football analyst on the radio for the Golden Lions, and he's the head baseball coach for the Golden Lions. Very, very great conversation with Coach James on that. You definitely want to go back and check that out. Now, the SWAC Zone can be heard live on Thursdays from 12 noon to 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. All you have to do is dial 857-777-0000. It's the same number that you dial to listen to Panthers football games live with Andre Davis serving as the voice for the Panthers. So be sure to lock that number in. We call it our low-tech app. Save that number, put it on your favorites. You'll never miss any live events produced here at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. That number again, 857-777-0000. The Panthers are off this weekend. However, their eyes and ears will be glued in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, as the Southern Jags will host the Alcorn State Braves. This is going to be a pivotal game in the decisions of the Western Division being settled, if you would, come down the stretch. Panthers, of course, behind Alcorn, and Alcorn at the top, Southern right on the heels of Prairie View. Although Prairie View lost to Southern, they need Alcorn to beat Southern, and hopefully they can take care of business against Alcorn. But as they say, first things first. Another game that was of interest, at least for me, was Alabama A&M and the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. Supposed to have been playing at the River City Classic in St. Louis, Missouri. But that game has been redirected back to the campus of the Golden Lions. And some deals of promoters not being able to come through or follow through with certain things. And you have what you have, therefore it is what it is. A lot of things and moving parts when it comes to the business world of sports. A lot of people think they can make these games happen, but it takes capital and it takes a lot of strategic planning and coordination and cooperation from others involved. And we've been discussing here of late about the challenges of attendance. And one would think that it's just an FCS, HBCU level, but attendance has been a challenge throughout college football. And it makes you wonder, how can you improve it? How can you make things better? What must we do to get people engaged and involved? And I can only speak from the areas that I've seen, and I'll stay at home on this one and refer to my beloved Prairie View. We talk about making the game day experience better when there are subtle things that we are just missing that could really amplify that game day experience. Other than homecoming, there is not an opportunity to purchase fan or Panther paraphernalia. There is nothing available at the games where there's a vendor or somewhere in the concession booth an opportunity to make those sort of purchases. Would you have official licensed Prairie View gear, which will help add a little money in your pocket and create a game day experience? There are little subtle things like that that could truly, truly make a difference. I know that the food mafias of the world, the Sodexos, I forget the other name of them, but all these food companies, they're making their money off the concession stands with those money, and they split a little bit of the money, and I do mean a little bit of the money, with the athletic department. Just parking, there's not revenues being administered back to athletics for parking, at least from a PV perspective. I don't know what they're doing anywhere else. Okay, and all these are little subtle things that can help build that game day experience. You know, fan engagement. Sometimes as fans, I don't know if I'm at an opera, a social event, or a football game. Get that enthusiasm, get engaged, cheer your team on, and have a grand old time. They allow you to have wine and beer at the game now, and half of you are having it before you get there anyway. So come in there with your mood set, your mind set, to help cheer your team on to victory. There's a lot of little subtle things like that that can help bring it all together. And when the dust has settled, if your team has won, if your team has lost, let that game day experience be something that you would look forward to coming back to. I know we put a whole bunch of efforts into homecoming, but every home game, in my opinion, should be a homecoming. You only get 4 or 5 games a year at home. And let's make it count. Let's really make it count. And even if it's not that many people there, get loud. Show some enthusiasm. Act like you want to be there. That's all I'm saying. Like we stated, we'll be focused on Alcorn and Southern this week, Alabama A&M, Arkansas Pine Bluff, and another game of note will be FAMU at Grambling. That should be a good one as well. But I do know this, regardless of the outcomes, we plan to be here for you each and every day. Don't forget you can follow me on Twitter at The Mike Prince Show. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at the Open Mic Broadcast Network. Be sure to visit the website, obnradio.com. Become a listening partner if you would. It's not that complicated. We ask those who could, if you would, commit to 17 cents a day to help us carry out our mission and cause. I must exit stage left for right now. My time is far spent. I am the radio guy, Dr. Mike Prince. Thanking you guys so much for joining in. Don't forget, we'll be in Beaumont, Texas next week, 4 p.m. Central Standard Time for the Panthers Cardinals football battle. You guys be blessed. We'll see you on the other side.